Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Muscatine Today show. It is Thursday, and I know what you're all thinking right now. You're excited about my pink cup. We talked about this the other day, the pink diamond cup. Whitney wants it.
Yeah.
I know. I got one. Chris hooked me up. I'm excited. But I want to start off the show by saying thank you to all of our awesome sponsors, Muscatine Power and Water, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, R7 Reclaimed, Impact Life Blood Center, Lutheran Living, CBI, Toyota of Muscatine, Impact Athletic Performance, Suntan City, Real Estate Resource Associates, Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine, and of course Hy-Vee. We take over the Market Grill every morning for the show. I am excited about today's show because we should all be passionate about today's topic. And I have three lovely ladies on this show today to talk about some of the fundraising that's going to happen to protect this service in our community. So we have Whitney, Officer Pena is here today with us, and Kadie McCory, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then also Sonia Baker is here, and these ladies are kind of joining together with a group of people to do a couple different fundraisers that are going on in October, and we'll talk about those a little bit. But first of all, I kind of wanted you to talk a little bit about, just CPC and what you guys do there, and why these fundraisers are coming about. CPC's been in our community since 2007.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So talk a little bit about what that organization does in our community, what services it provides, and why now are we doing fundraisers to kind of keep it around?
Yeah, so I work at the Mississippi Valley Child Protection Center, and for those of you that don't know where we're at, if you've ever driven down Mulberry by the hospital entrance, we operate in this two-story older green historic house, so it looks like a residence. But since 2007, we've been in Muscatine, and unfortunately, when we're talking about these events and the services we provide, we're talking about child abuse.
Yep.
So national statistics show that over 700,000 children suffer abuse every year, and that's what our services are tailored to tackle. And so we work alongside a lot of other people in the community, like Whitney at Muscatine Police Department, so our investigators there. Unity Point is our partner. Department of Human Services, we work with other medical providers, mental health providers, juvenile court services, county attorney's office. A lot of people in this community rally together to tackle the issue of child abuse. So when child abuse occurs, what we do at the center is we provide a unique set of services that are tailored to be child-friendly and very supportive to help basically walk alongside children and their caregivers when these allegations come up. We are one of 6 accredited centers in the state of Iowa that do this type of work, and you can find these types of centers all over the United States. So the services that we provide you're not going to find anywhere else in the community. We have professionals that are specifically trained to talk to children, to help them talk about the abuse that they have incurred, and also specially trained advocates to work with families and kids when these situations come up, and medical professionals that are trained to provide medical services specialized towards the needs of these types of situations.
Yeah. So this organization's been in our community since 2007 and highly utilized in our community. So this isn't something that we should take lightly. When the fact of the matter is there is a possibility that we may not have the service in our community anymore. Yep. And so some people are joining together to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That CPC doesn't just go away in Muscatine. And that's important to us for a lot of different reasons. And you mentioned there are other centers around Iowa, but that means further travel for kiddos in already tough situations. We talked before the show about, poverty and ride situations and all of these things to receive these services. And also, in emergency situations, having to travel another 40 minutes, an hour, whatever for those types of services is just something that we don't want to put those kiddos through. And so that's why we're all joining together, and we want to bring the community together to try to raise the funds that are needed to kind of keep the center here in Muscatine, because the center is being utilized at a higher rate than we would like.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But it is. And so how many kiddos do you see? I know you probably don't know the numbers off the top of your head, but how many kiddos do you see here in Muscatine on a regular basis or, in a year?
So we see approximately 200 kids a year.
Okay, that's a regular number.
And a lot of those are from Muscatine. Some of them are from some of the rural surrounding counties. We're the only rural-based center that does what we do. So we're really talking about increasing access to services for rural kiddos, like you said, that are suffering with issues related to poverty, and transportation is a big problem in rural communities. But all the other centers in Iowa are more urban based.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we talked before the show, and you're doing a lot of things, in the legislature to try to change what's happening with funding and get different kind of funding, and we talked about grants and all of those types of things. Mm-hmm. That work takes time.
Yes.
And so truly some of these fundraisers are happening to kind of keep the doors open in the meantime. Mm-hmm. And we realize that keeping the doors open, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of money, a lot of funding, and so we just need to do what we have to do to keep the doors open until some of those things can come through. Right? A lot of work is going into those types of things for like the long term. Right. But in the meantime, our community is going to come together and help keep the doors open so that there's no lapse in services. Right? Right, guys?
Right.
Right? So now that you know a little bit about the services, let's kind of dig into some of the fundraising that's happening. There's a couple different fundraisers that are happening, and the planning's already happened for. So we'll start with Whitney and the golf fundraiser that's happening, because that's the first one that's coming up. Both of these are happening in October, so like right around the corner. It's crazy we're talking about October fundraisers, but it's fall outside today.
It feels like October today.
It feels really like October. Okay, so talk to me about, I love your flyer, and I love the whole thing. It's so cute. But talk to me about your fundraiser.
So it's October 16th at Muni Golf Course here in town. It's called Chipping In for Children, and I don't know a lot about golf, but the detectives, they have played many of golf tournaments.
Right.
And they say, one, they're fun. It's a great time to get out there, and they do raise good money for, our cause. So they kind of started that. They contacted all the Muni and got everything. So it's the 16th. It's $320 a team. It's a 4-person team.
Okay.
And then you would just come out, and we're going to have games and whole prizes, whole games. There's going to be raffles, silent auctions. We're raffling off 2 guns, so a handgun and a rifle. So we're selling tickets for those. So just asking for donations, anything kind of to help.
Yes. So you mentioned silent auctions and things like that. So if somebody wants to donate to those kind of things, who do they contact for donating those types of
so they
items?
can call the Mississippi Valley Child Protection Center.
Okay.
There's someone, 8 to 5, to 5, and they'll answer the phone.
Awesome.
And then they can set up whether it's paying for a golf team, registering a golf team, wanting to drop a donation off, or drop a basket or anything.
Gun raffle tickets.
Yeah, they have everything there.
Okay.
So
cool. So this is happening October 16th.
Yep.
You can register teams now.
Yep.
And there is a limit on teams.
Yeah, I think we have 12 right now, and we want at least 18, but 22 is our max because of golf carts and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, golf tournaments are always fun.
Always fun.
They're always a
I
good
know.
time.
Even if you don't golf, like I said, I don't golf, but they're always fun to play in.
Even if you stink at it, like it's still fun to go out and do it. So do you have all the holes covered as far as like businesses like sponsoring the holes?
So we'll always take more hole sponsors.
Yep.
I know they're going to have your business name and stuff at the hole, so that can also be paid for at the CPC. I think that has to be in though by the first because they're getting like nice flags or signs made for each hole. So
so October 16th, it's going to be a beautiful fall day. I can like envision it in my head.
Yep.
And all of the, so let's say you're not a team, you don't get in on the team stuff. Can you still come and be in on the silent auction and raffles and all that
Yeah, come to
stuff?
see the raffles. Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Come and support that way.
Awesome.
We also have, like, if people can't make it to CPC or mail, we have a Venmo account.
Yes, I
which
saw
makes
the
it
Venmo.
super easy. I know.
Look at that Venmo. These guys are like right uptown.
Yep. So if you want to like buy a gun raffle ticket and Venmo the money, we can do that too.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that makes it easier.
So it's right on the poster where you can Venmo and get any of those things. Whether even if you just want to make a donation because you feel passionate about the cause, because it's so important, you guys. I don't know if you realize the services that are provided, but these are services. These are our kiddos in our community. These things really happen in our community, and until you, I don't know, sometimes we, like in our minds, we want to like live in this happy place where it's like, oh, like these things don't happen here. Like that's like over there in like Des Moines or Chicago or, you know, like that's not here in Muscatine, but these things happen. I mean, she just said every single day. You know, these ladies go to court and they're, you know, dealing with this stuff that happens every day in our community, and it's horrifying and sad and tragic, but these things happen and we need these services in our community, and
that's what's key for us, like to have a safe place to take our children. Somewhere that, I mean, they do great work there and they really connect with our kids. And like she said, not only is it our kids, but we have to be supporting the families because they're in just as much shock as the kids are. So like having to have the resources and like getting them connected with therapy. And like we said, like some of these kids have a hard time getting to our center that's in town. There's no way they would drive to Iowa City or Davenport to have these services. So then what happens to that kid? You know, like, so that's what's really hit home for us. Like we have to keep this here because this is so vital for our kids and our community.
And we're so fortunate to have partners like the Muscatine Police Department, the Sheriff's Office. We truly work as a team. You remove one of those components, the model doesn't work. And so we collaborate together, we share information, we as a team decide what's best in these situations because each individual child and family are unique and their case is unique and their needs are unique. So if you remove one of those services, like our center, then you're really doing an injustice to the entire process.
So like I say, like the police department, like we can interview people, but it's not the same. Like people always ask what they do, and I'm like, have you ever seen Law and Order? You know when they're like in a room and the kids are coloring, but they're asking questions. That's what they do. Like that's what we have in our community that people don't even realize.
I think the thing that like when I really knew that this was important, I mean, I knew that it was important, but I've had, I think, no fewer than 10 to 15 different officers come to me personally and say, hey, Ashley, like, how could you help with this? Like, and bring it up to me individually on their own about this. So it has to be important. If, like, these individual officers feel so passionate about it on their own time, not like on work time, like just like we're out at a community thing or like whatever at the grocery store, and these people have came up to me and said, like, hey, Ashley, did you know that this is happening? And, you know, what can we do about this? This means that it's important. I have goosebumps talking about it because it's true. Like, if these people feel so passionate about it and know that the service is so important, and these are the people who are doing it every day. And so I'm like, well, yeah, like, let's do something about it, right? And so as a community, we have to know that it's so important.
Yeah.
And so sign up for a team, even if you stink at golf.
Right.
Sign up for a team or sponsor a hole. You can, even if you don't own a business, you can, individuals can sponsor a hole.
Well, and like my mom texted me yesterday and she said her and another people, they want to
Yeah.
So I'm like, perfect. That's a whole sponsor's $100. She's like, we'll pay 50 and they'll pay 50.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. The silent auction, any of those things are huge helps, and every little bit helps.
Well, and people always ask, like, well, I don't have, like, what would I do? Like, make a basket, make a baby basket, make a dog basket, make anything like that. Coffee basket.
Yes.
My friend makes these cool scratch-off tickets, and then she just puts them in a frame.
Yeah.
It's like $25 worth. Like, people love that stuff.
Yes.
Anything like that.
Yes. Get creative. People love...
Get a Hy-Vee gift card.
Yeah.
Hey, we're having lunch provided, too. By Hy-Vee.
Imagine that.
Yep.
Aw, Matt.
Matt. Yep.
He's a big softie.
Yeah, so, and it's not, I think it's going to be maybe like pulled pork and a couple good sides. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It is. We have a great community, and I know that people, once they find out about this, are going to want to support it. And so find out the ways that you can support it, whether it's, donating a basket, or whether it's, shooting that Venmo over, or whatever, signing up for a team, showing up that day and putting your name down on some of those silent auctions. But it's going to be a fun time. October 16th. But you can sign up now for those teams.
Correct.
By just calling and getting
and you don't have to pay like right now. So if you know you're going to have a team, but you got to wait for the other 3 to give you their money, just sign up for a team, and register so you know you have it.
Yep.
We're tracking all that. So.
Awesome. So that's going to be super fun. We have the flyer and stuff. If you guys need that information, absolutely reach out, and we'll make sure you get that too. Swag bags?
I know.
Included? What? Okay, so also we have another fundraiser coming up after that, which is Crafting for a Cause. I love crafting. Kids helping kids. So tell me more about this one.
Well, before I actually let her, can I actually say how appreciative we are of Sonia and Wesley Church? Because I know I've talked a lot about our partners like law enforcement, the sheriff's office, county attorneys, and we work together as a team. But there are so many other groups and organizations in the community that support us that aren't directly part of that team, but they support us indirectly through donating money. And Wesley Church has been a donor for and supporter of the services that we provide for several years. And so I just kind of wanted to introduce her in that way, because she is very important to our center, and so is Wesley Church. And we're really thankful for this next event that I will let her explain.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we found out about the need that the Child Protection Center had, and as a church we have a focus on kids, and so we felt that with the need that they had and with our focus on kids, that we wanted to help in some way. And a lot of times adults are quick to put in, to donate or do events or things, but we really think it's important to instill in kids the importance of helping out, and they want to help. They want to be able to do their part. So we're having a fundraiser where the kids are going to have like a craft show, basically. So my kids go to Grant Elementary, and every year Grant does a craft show, and they always pick a place that they're going to donate the proceeds to. And so I thought something like this would work well, so the kids will make their own craft, whatever craft it is that they want to make. So they might make like a balloon stress ball, or they might make jewelry, necklaces or earrings, or they might make slime. That's always a huge seller, I know. For the kids at Grant. Yes,
we love slime.
We hate slime.
We love it.
I don't want my kids to buy the slime.
We're going to buy so much slime. It's for a good cause.
I know Muscatine rocks are something a lot of people like, so people can make rocks, bookmarks, decorations. The event is on October 30th, so it's right before Halloween or right before the Christmas season starts, so ornaments. So it's just a way that kids can make something and feel proud of what they make, and then they're super proud when people want to buy what they make, and then they can give those proceeds to the center that really needs the help. And so I think there's a lot of kids that don't know what the Child Protection Center is, and quite honestly, that's probably a good thing that they don't know what it is because they don't need the services. But it is a way that they can help kids who need help, that the center can serve. So this is our way of getting the kids involved to give back.
Yeah, I love that. We talk a lot about having the kids involved in things that we do, and when there's a food drive, take your kid along and donate that food and let them know how important it is to give back to the community. So this is super cool. I love it. And yes, I love those craft shows that the kids do, and their items are awesome, especially the slime.
So we do have a way that adults can get involved too. So the kids are doing the crafts, but we also have table spots available that adults can sponsor. So we do not expect at all that the kids would purchase a table spot. They can come and sell their crafts. But if you are an adult and you want to get involved, then table spots are $50, and you can just contact Wesley. And then that can be your way of giving to this event as well. And we need lots of kids to provide crafts. So if you are someone that has a child that would like to get involved, please contact the church. And I think my information is on the flyer. And we're looking for other groups too. So if you have a scout troop that's looking for a way to get connected with an outreach activity, or you're a homeschool group that your kids need something to do, churches, we know Shepherd of the Cross has also contacted us, and they're going to be there. So if you have a church that would like to get involved, we've reached out to Crossroads, and I hope that some of them will help out. If you have an after-school program that kids can make crafts, any of those things.
Greg Bach.
Greg Bach.
After school.
Any of those things would be a great way.
@ Greg Bach.
Yes, a great way to get involved. So we hope that lots of people will join us, because it is not just a Wesley thing. It is truly a community thing, and the more the better.
Yep, absolutely. So this is October 30th, and it's going to be from 9 to noon, and it'll be at Wesley at the Family Life Center. And so people will just come through, just like any other craft fair or vendor fair that you've ever been through, and just purchase items from these little crafters. It's going to be so fun.
I'm already thinking what my kids could make.
I know. I'm like, I want to make something. So what's Hanley going to make? Yes, she will be all about this. And another thing, if you can't participate, you can still do the table sponsorship, do any of that stuff, and absolutely that goes a long way as well.
And Kadie will be there as well to answer questions. So should anybody have questions about what the CPC does, she'll be there as a way to get information and just to get the word out.
We'll have our own little booth, and with our flyers and brochures and information, and so it is an awareness building event as well.
Yep, absolutely. This is so fun. And I think, these are two of, the fundraisers that are happening now. But if you have an idea or want to do a fundraiser, I know there's so many businesses out there that do jeans days or anything like that. Absolutely, I'm sure that they would welcome any help that we can offer as a community in those ways as well. So kudos to you guys for stepping up and raising the awareness that the need is out there. It baffled me when someone told me about it for the first time, to think that the service would go away. You just think that it's always going to be there. But we have to protect it and make sure that it sticks around while they do the work for grants and all of the other things that are going to take a little bit longer. So let's fundraise. Let's make sure that we keep them here and keep the doors open while that work is done, and support both of these fundraisers, send Venmos, do whatever it takes to make sure that happens. If you have any questions, you can call the center. You can reach out to either of these lovely ladies.
You can always message our police Facebook page as well.
Yep, absolutely. I have both of these flyers that we'll put up on Discover Muscatine Facebook page, as well as, it'll be on the show today. But I'm so excited for these fundraisers and hope that there's so much success with that, and we're keeping these doors open.
That's the goal.
That is the goal. It's happening. So thank you guys for coming on the show and sharing all that information and for what you guys do at the center.
Thank you so much.
Let's make sure that it continues. So we are going to continue with the show here in just a second, but we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back in just a minute.
You just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
Attention! This is an important message for all you grown-ups. Get the COVID vaccine. I miss my friends. This is the end of the message. I'm back. Not so fast. You can't return to a regular program yet. Not until you get the COVID vaccine. This for real is the end of my message. Safe care, your way. Unity Point Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
All right, so many events happening starting tonight, okay? So we've got Relay for Life tonight. I'm actually going to be speaking as a survivor and a past hero of hope at the event tonight. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all at the Relay for Life this evening. I hope that you guys all show up. I hope that you guys have decided to come and are able to experience what a great event it is and see all of the bags lit up along the path there. It's just like a whole, I don't know, I can't even explain it. You can't explain it until you see it lit up along the path, and the moment of silence for people who are remembering and people who are celebrating. It's an amazing thing, and so I hope you guys will come. It's almost Friday Fest tonight, so come and join us for that. Tim Stop band, and then the Dweebs will be also there tomorrow night. It's going to be a huge weekend. Then Oktoberfest. I know I'm not saying that right. I'm sorry, Brenda and Chris. I can't say Oktoberfest right. But I mean well when I say it. And also Over the Edge. We will be going over the edge tomorrow on the show, so we are excited about that. And then Walk to End Alzheimer's is tomorrow as well. Homecoming week for L&M and Muscatine. It's crazy town. It's going to be so much fun. So I hope you guys have gotten a lot of sleep this week and are ready for that, because Over the Edge is tomorrow, and Jess is going over with me. Are you ready, Jess? You're going over too, right? As soon as we get done with the show, because you have to actually produce the show while I'm going down, and then she's going to go down. So I'll record her, and then yeah, okay. I probably won't do as good of a job, but I'll try really hard. Chris will be there to support me. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're not going over the edge, it's still okay for you to come down and watch. much. It'll be really cool to go and support all of the Edgers, support Big Brothers Big Sisters, and Special Olympics by coming and being a part of the crowd cheering on the Edgers. A lot of people wear fun costumes and really get into being Edgers, so I hope that you guys will come and be a part of that. It's going to be a good time. So it'll be a good weekend. Come out and support the community, support all of the great causes that are going to be happening, starting tonight with Relay for Life. I'm excited. I have to go home and write my speech because, you know me, I'm all about being, wait until the last minute. All of my best work happens when I do it right before. So, yes, no fear, you guys. I know if you're watching right now, I will have something prepared, and I will say something very nice. They're not worried. My sister might be worried. She was worried that I didn't have anything written, but it's fine. I'll say something nice. But the experience, it's cool to hear about the different experiences that people have through their cancer journees. Not only the people who are going through cancer themselves, but people who support those going through, the caregivers, and the families of those going through cancer. So it's a really cool event. I hope that I will see you all there this evening, and I'm excited for that. And then Almost Friday Fest. Listen to some music and some fun family activities. It's a free event, so come down and support the cause and support Almost Friday Fest. I will see you guys all down there, and then I will see you in the morning as we go over the edge together. So until then, remember that kindness is free. So spread that stuff wherever you go.
Hello, I'm Tennille with R7 Reclaimed, located in Grandview, Iowa. We mix old and new goods together so that you can find the story of your home. When you get here, you will find a mix of old and new goods that are put together so seamlessly you won't even be able to tell which is which. And not only that, it's going to speak to you and your home. We are worth the road trip. We call it the R7 road trip. So punch in 337 Cemetery Lane, Grandview, Iowa into that GPS and make the road trip.